So I've taken a long position on dollar CAD at 4 p.m. today UK time, which is around 11 a.m. US time. And it's based on the fact that, okay, we've taken out liquidity here on the weekly time frame, right? However, we have been in this bearish order flow on the weekly time frame. We also put in this 2 bearish candles 2 weeks in a row. However, at the same time, we took out a sell side liquidity, and because NFP is coming up on Friday in 2 days, I am anticipating that price is going to pull deeper and find some resistance somewhere, and then maybe continue lower. It might not come back down to these lows that where price took out the sell side liquidity, but it might find some resistance. So going into today, the way price has moved on the daily time frame after rejecting this sell side liquidity, especially price closed below, and then we've seen some small displacement up. Price has pulled back into this daily time frame order block, pulled back into it yesterday, held, and then today we pulled deeper into that order block, and also into that order block's consequent encroachment, which is another good sign for me that price is finding bullish order flow on the lower time frames, even if I am slightly bearish on the week, which we've just came and made this double bottom, right? So that we are going to find some support around this area, and we've already started to find some bullish displacements, especially on the 240, which is extremely clear after taking out these lows. We've displaced up with this bullish order flow. You see this bullish fair value gap, pulled that back, held, consolidated, boom, pushed up, held. Price didn't take out this high, which I was watching yesterday to be taken out and to short. However, price pulled lower before price could reach that high, and as it pulled lower, it came into this fair value gap on the 240 at this order block, and look how many times it rejected that level over and over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times it rejected. And the time it rejected when I entered was when it rejected the daily time frame order block's consequent encroachment, which happened around happened around 10 a.m. US time, so 3 p.m. UK time. And also we formed this channel. That was one of my key entry reasons, which is something I look out for, is I watch for channels. And we consolidated, closed above these highs, this range right there, pushed up, took out liquidity, trapping buyers, and then dropped with this sharp bearish candle and took out all this sell stops right there. And then after seeing this candle printed, I entered around here. Normally I'm very always trying to look for the perfect entry on the low time frames, which always puts me on the edge. Whereas after just watching the market and watching it slowly throughout the day and seeing this pattern fold out, I was a lot more confident that price is going to push higher. It might even push up to those highs. I'm not sure. This might be the low until Thursday, until Friday. However, I will be taking partials along the way, and then maybe I'll let it run up to there. Maybe price will take that out during NFP and then find resistance. I'm not sure if we will push all the way up to these highs during NFP. That's too much movement going on. But yeah, that's the trade. Let's see how that plays out. After price hits this candle right there, I will take up partials. I'll take half my percentage off at 1.64. Stops did not need to be that low, I know, because of the fact that this is the candle that started that bullish move. Like, you could have waited for price to around here, but no, we closed above this high, confirmed change in structure, pulled back, took out liquidity, and then now we're going. Also, the fact that this low came during the start of New York session, which around 12 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. New York time, and around that time is honestly peak manipulation for me. From 12 till 1, half 1 UK time, I don't like to trade unless I know we're in a trend and then price starts to pull back, or unless I know we're in a bearish trend and then during that time price is pulling back, then that's manipulation for price to continue lower. But because I don't believe this is to be in a trend, I'm counter trading, and I don't really like trading during this time. And then price pulled back. I wasn't even watching the lower time frames, honestly. I just looked at the high time frames and noticed this was a good trade. Basic pattern here is channel, which is something that I trade, and then channel ranges, breaks out of channel, pulls back, takes liquidity off the low, and that's a very good entry. Let's see how that fold plays out. Yeah, I will be taking partials right there. Let's see how that goes. this is how the week ended. I entered somewhere around right this low right here at the pullback, and price closed bullish for the next 2 days, and I'm kicking myself right now because I got to target ones right here at this close, or that close, and I exited my target 2 somewhere around here, because as price put in this pullback candle, this bearish candle before the close, I didn't want to, I just thought we would get a retracement and my break even, my entry would get triggered, or my stops would get triggered, and I would get out a break even and only gain 0.5%. Instead, I ended up with a 0.25 on this. However, I should have stuck with my gut of the fact that I was expecting price to reach that high, and it eventually did. I could have gotten more, but I guess it's a lesson in here. Still, one hour is better. 1.25 hour is better than no hours, and that put me in the positive for the week, and I'm happy about that. However, I should let my trades run, especially when we've had such a strong confluence going into the week where we took out this sell-side liquidity with this strong candle, liquidity candle, and we had such strong displacement on the 240 clearer on the daily time frame. The displacement is not as clear because there's no fair value gaps. However, on the 240 we've got clear fair value gaps being held, but we had this order block and then this bullish engulfing candle, and then price pulled back and held that once yesterday or the Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we got another pull into that consequent encroachment of that order block, which provided more confluence that price is going to continue higher. But overall, good analysis on the higher time frames leading up to the trade on the lower time frame. Just I could have targeted more.